My name is Mark Shanahan. I'm the Executive Director of the Ohio Air Quality Development Authority, which is a state agency that provides financing assistance for technologies that help clean the air, essentially. And I also serve as Governor Strickland's energy advisor. We are a very high energy using state. In fact, in electricity, for example, we are the 5th largest user of electricity among the states. And in fact, in the world, there are only 17 nations that use more electricity every year than Ohio does. That is complicated by the fact that our electricity is from 87% coal. 87% of our electricity is from burning coal. About 10% is from nuclear. Almost all the rest is from natural gas. So that has provided us with electricity that's reliable and relatively inexpensive, and we've built our economy on that, and it has been tremendously good to the people of Ohio. But we also understand we've paid a price for that, because we also lead the nation in the emissions of carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and sulfur dioxide. Many of those manufacturing processes are built on processes and research and materials that are similar to what is required for renewable energy technologies, whether that's solar or wind. To use an example of solar, in Northwest Ohio you have a huge glass industry that became centered there to serve the auto industry. And we've started to see significant transition using that core competence to move into solar technologies that use a lot of the same materials, a lot of the same skill sets. And those skill sets range from research and development, invention and innovation, all the way through to the workforce on the manufacturer floor, as well as you said, which I think is important, the maintenance and continued operation of those technologies is critical. It's one thing to invent them and produce them and sell them, but somebody has to make sure they operate. So we see that as a potential for Ohio to use its existing strengths to transition to an economy that's much more sustainable, and over the long term will develop and create tens of thousands of jobs to replace those that we've lost in older industries that have passed their prime. If you're in a metalworking shop today, that metalworking shop that's making a part for an automobile can probably make a part very similar to that for the wind energy industry, as an example. Now, to do that, the company has to learn about new specs, it has to learn about different materials, and as a worker on the shop floor, you're going to have to develop some new skills, but we can help do that, and the transition isn't as difficult as people fear it is. It's new, it's unknown, and so it's scary, and that's normal. But we think the transition is a pretty natural one. It's the development to the next stage of what makes sense in your industry.